In September 2019, the government announced the regeneration of Road to the Lines that was to yield 100 studio flats for rental. Action for Housing says this proposal had the improved accessibility, quality of design and potential to attract a diverse market across social strata. The pressure group says, according to the Deputy Chief Minister, the final negotiations between the preferred developer and the government were very close to conclusion. But now, 4 years later, they've followed up with Dr. Garcia, asking where the project is now.
He replied immediately and said that the government had made counter-proposals to the developer and that they were waiting a reply. Since August, nothing has happened as far as we know. So again, we don't know whether the scheme will take off or whether it will stay as it is. And all these flats here, all this building here is government owned. The same applies to the ones behind me. These have been boarded up for years on end. If it was habitable, then there would be people living here. We would have shops, little businesses, and this would be a hub of life. But being as it is, very few people come here, and what they see is urban decay, which is very annoying and very frustrating.
Here at Turnbull's Lane, Mr. Pinna says one private property in particular shows the need for government intervention.
This building has been derelict and abandoned for many years now, and it could provide housing for a number of people, albeit post-war. But even then, I don't think we should allow these things to happen. I think government should intervene at some stage and say to the landlord, look, if you don't do the building up, then we shall have to repossess. But to abandon a building like that in the middle of town for years on end, I think is inconceivable.
And another area highlighted by Action for Housing, Castle Street, juxtaposes buildings which have benefited greatly from urban regeneration with one building which the group says is falling into decay.
If you go to any town or city anywhere, even up the Costa del Sol, Estepona and so on, you find that the old quarter is the best preserved. Here in Gibraltar is the worst preserved. And I don't know why, but it is a shame, I think, that where the history of Gibraltar lies, which is here, has been abandoned for so many years. I think, as I said before, what we need is a holistic 4-year plan or 5-year plan to instill life into what is the old town of Gibraltar and other areas like Turnbull's Lane and so on and so forth.
Mr. Pinna says the lease and repair scheme, which the Chief Minister announced before the election, would enable people to rent a government home needing repairs, and says this is very welcome. It says it could release many empty properties to people on the housing waiting list.